Hey guys, it's Miss Bigley. I so wish that we could all be in school today, learning in the classroom. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's surviving dealing with being with your parents for a couple weeks indoors. Hopefully we'll get back to the classroom soon, but in the meantime, I'm going to help show you how to do some review of the skills that we've learned, go in depth a little bit more into some of the skills that we've already learned so that you understand it a little bit better, but just hopefully keeping those skills that we learned throughout the course of the year while we were in school so that you can be ready to go on to 6th and 7th grade. So first things first, this is a Monday lesson, so just like we do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's going to be reflex for 20 minutes or until you get that green light. So if you need to get to reflex, it is reflexmath.com, and you should be able to log in just like you normally would. If you have trouble logging in, please go ahead and contact me via text or give me a call. I will post my number at the bottom of the page. But go ahead and pause this video, do reflex for that 20 minutes, get that green light, and then you can come on back to the video and we'll get into the lesson. Okay, so hopefully you got that 20 minutes of reflex in. Again, keeping those math facts in our brains so that we have the brain capacity to do harder work, not trying to remember those math facts. Okay, so let's get into our first problem. Okay, so today we're going to review decimals and turning whole numbers into decimals. I noticed on a lot of students' tests that they took before we left for break, they forgot how to turn those whole numbers into decimals and add or subtract. So we're just going to review that. So let me go ahead and erase this. If you are working from a blank piece of paper, go ahead and get a blank piece of paper. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you set up this blank piece of paper so that you can show your work. Yes, you need to show your work even at home. So go ahead and fold your blank piece of paper. And if you need to pause this right now, go ahead and pause this, get a blank piece of paper. So blank piece of paper, fold it hot dog, then fold it again in half so that you have a total of 4 on each side. If you would like to number them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is going to be standard for every lesson so that if you don't have the ability to print this packet off at home, you can still follow along and show your work on a blank piece of paper, making it super simple for you guys and for mom and dad at home. Okay, so go ahead and get your blank piece of paper, fill out 1 through 8, so 1 through 4 on the front, 1 through 8, 5 through 8 on the back. First problem that we're going to do is we are going to do 108. And we need to find the sum of 108. I'll put the sum up here. Sum is our keyword. Please make sure that you're boxing that keyword, sum. Sum, we should know that sum means to add. So please make sure you're boxing that word sum, putting an addition sign. So 108, the sum of 108 and 6 and 89 hundredths. Okay, first thing you should notice, 108 is not a decimal. That is a whole number. 6 and 89 hundredths, that is a decimal. We need to turn this 108 into a decimal first. Again, we need to turn this 108 into a decimal first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 108 on my board. You should be following along with the notes. Again, follow along with the notes, show your work. What I have on my board, you have on your paper. So 108. I'm going to put a line right here because I know that all of these numbers are my whole number. So please go ahead and label that whole number. If I were to look at this number, I know that 8 is in the ones place, the 0 is in the tenths place. The 1 is in the hundredths place. So these are your whole numbers. Where am I going to put my decimal point to turn this into a whole number? I'm going to put it right here after the 8. Looking up at my 6 and 89 hundredths, I see that I have 1, 2 place values after the decimal point that I need to fill. What do I need to put in my 2 decimal points after, 2 place values after the decimal? I need to put imaginary zeros. Okay? Okay, now let's go ahead. I turn my whole number into my decimal. I now have my decimal. I'm going to stack the decimals. When I am adding or subtracting, I am stacking the decimals. So I'm going to put my decimal point right here. Again, we should know that add, sum means to add. So adding, put the decimal point. The 6 is in the ones place. The 8 is in the tenths place. Remember, this is your decimal over here. And then the 9 goes in the hundredths place. If I want to, I can go ahead and put lines where my place values are. Keep everything nice and organized. 9 plus an imaginary 0, 9. 8 plus that imaginary 0, 8. Put the decimal point. 8 plus 6. If you're not sure, put 8 in your brain and count on 6. 8 in your brain, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Put a 4. Carry that plus 1 because I can't put 14 there, so carry that plus 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus an imaginary 0 here is 1. 114 and 89 hundredths. I will write this a little bit neater. Okay? Go ahead and look at question number 2. Let me erase this. Question number 2. We have difference. Difference. We should know that difference means to subtract. Please go ahead and box the word difference. Put a subtraction sign under difference because we know finding the difference means that we are subtracting the two numbers. Okay, so the difference of 108 and 6 and 89 hundredths. Okay, again, whole number, decimal. I need to work on this whole number first. I need to turn it into a decimal. Again, I'm going to put a line there. I'm going to put 108 over here. This is my whole number. Make sure your paper looks like my board, just like I'd say in class. Okay, whole number, 108. I'm going to put the decimal point. I have 1, 2 place values after the decimal point. 1, 2. What do I need to put there? I need to put imaginary zeros. I need to put placeholder zeros there. Okay? I turned my whole number into a decimal. Difference, I'm subtracting. 6 and 89 hundredths. I am now going to stack my decimals because I'm subtracting decimals. Add and subtract, stack your decimals. 6 goes in the ones place under the 8. decimal point 89. Okay, I'm going to turn these zeros into real zeros just so that we can see them. I'm going to erase this real quick. Okay. Okay, we're subtracting now. We're not adding. Can we subtract 9 from 0? No, we can't. Can I borrow from a 0 to give to this 0? No, I can't. I can give from this 8, though, to give to this 0. So this 8 is going to turn into a 7. I am giving a 10 from the ones place to the tenths place. So I'm going to turn that into a 10, but I need to give to this 0 to be able to subtract. So I'm going to turn this 10 now into a 9. I'm giving this place, this 0, I'm giving a 10 to that in the hundredths place. So I can now go ahead and subtract. 10 minus 9, 10 minus 9. If you're not sure, you can put 9 in your brain, count up to 10, 9, 10, 1. 9 minus 8. If you're not sure, put 8 in your brain, count up to 9, 8, 9. 7 minus 6. Not sure? 6 in your brain, count up to 7, 6, 7. Don't forget that decimal point right here. 0 minus an imaginary 0 here, 0. 1 minus an imaginary 0 here, 1. Right? So your answer, 100, 1, and 11 hundredths. Okay. We're going to do 2 more problems together. Please stick with me, making sure that you're taking the notes while I'm taking it. If by chance I'm going too fast, please go ahead and pause the video so that you can catch up, and then you can play it when you catch up to me. So I'm going to erase this. We're going to go on to question number 3. I think Miss Bigley's going to have to work on getting a better way to show lessons with a whiteboard. Okay. All right, question number 3. We do not have the word difference. We have the word sum. You should know what the word sum means. Sum means to add. You got it. So please go ahead and box the word sum if you're working on the packet. If not, just put sum on the top of your sheet. Sum. Add. Okay, so we are going to add 67 and 98 hundredths and 1 980 thousandths. Because this is in the thousandths place, I'm going to say it as 1 and 980 thousandths. You can also read it 1 and 98 hundredths. Because this is a 0, it can drop off at the end. All right. We have 2 decimals. That's good. We can work with that. We don't have to turn anything into a decimal. We have 2 decimals to work with. I'm going to stack the decimals. 67 and 98 hundredths. I'm adding. Sum means to add. Adding. I'm going to put my decimal point down first. If you'd like to put a line here so that you know that this is your whole number, this is your decimal, you can do that too. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay. My 1 goes in the ones place under the 7. My 9 goes under the 9 in the tenths place. The 8 goes in the hundredths place. And that 0 over here goes there. Okay. I have this one placeholder here. I'm going to put an imaginary 0 so that I know that that's what belongs there. Okay? I'm adding these together. 0 plus 0, easy peasy, 0. 8 plus 8 If you're not sure, put 8 in your brain, count on 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Put the 6 down, carry that +1. I'm going to do this first. 9 plus 1, 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 9, 19. If you're not sure, again, put 10 in your brain, count on 9 using your fingers. So 19, put a 9 there, carry the +1 over the 7. Okay, I'm going to do this first. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. I'm going to put my decimal point here. 6 plus an imaginary 0 here, 6. 69 and 960 thousandths. If I want to drop the 0, I can. 69 and 96 hundredths, okay? We are going to do this last question on our, together. Sorry, we're going to do this last question together. Then I'm going to have you work on 2 problems that you do. I'm going to go over it, and then you're going to do your exit ticket. Okay, so let me get rid of all this. Last question that we're doing together. Okay, difference. Difference is your key word. Difference means to subtract. Go ahead and put difference in a box. That's your key word. It means to subtract. I'm going to use 67 and 98 hundredths and 1 and 980 thousandths. Okay? We have 2 decimals. We're good to go. We can start working them. We're subtracting. We can stack the decimals. Add and subtract, stack the decimals. Okay, so I'm going to write 67 and 98 hundredths. If you would like to put that line here so that you know that this is your whole number, this is your decimal. Okay, I'm subtracting. Put a subtraction sign. Stack your decimal. I'm going to put my decimal down first. The 1, it goes under the 7 in the ones place. The 9, it goes under the 9. The 8 goes under the 8. The 0 goes here. I have this placeholder here. I need to put an imaginary 0 because so that I know that that's what belongs there. Now I can go ahead and subtract. 0 minus 0, easy peasy, 0. 8 minus 8, easy peasy, 0. 9 minus 9, easy peasy, 0. Put your decimal down. 7 minus 1 is 6. If you're not sure, you can start with 1 and count up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 6. Okay, I have a placeholder here. Imaginary 0. 6 minus an imaginary 0, 6. Okay, this is my decimal, but I can also drop all of these zeros at the end, and it becomes a whole number of 66. Okay? Okay, so now is the part where I'm going to give you time to work on questions number 5 and 6 on your own. Please make sure you are using the back side of your blank paper, or you're using the packet that you printed, and you are showing your work just like I did. I will go over these 2 questions, so pause here. Give yourself 10 minutes if you need to work through it. If you get done before 10 minutes, please go ahead and start reviewing with me to make sure you got the correct answer. But go ahead and give yourself 10 minutes to try questions number 5 and 6, making sure that you are turning a whole number into a decimal. Again, I will go over this, so please pause the video, try questions 5 and 6 on your paper, and then go ahead and replay, then start the video again, and I will show you how to review it. Okay. Okay, hopefully those 10 minutes you're able to get down questions number 5 and 6 on your paper. So please make sure you're checking your paper along with me as I do question number 5 and 6 on the board. Okay, so question number 5. Our keyword. Our keyword is sum. You should know that sum means add. Okay, so box that keyword sum, put an addition sign. My whole number is 600. And then I'm adding 38 and 9/10. I need to work with this whole number first. I need to turn it into a decimal. Okay, so I'm going to put 600 on my board. For me, I like to show that it's a whole number and put that line there, and I'm going to write whole. If you don't have this, please go ahead and get this on your paper just so that you're practicing, that you know that this is your whole numbers. Put a decimal point where your line is. This is where your decimal is going to go. Okay? I am now going to place 38 and 9/10 in the correct placeholders. Stack your decimals. Decimal point, I'm going to put it down. I know I'm adding. Okay, 8 goes in the ones place. The 3 is in the tens place. You should have stacked your whole numbers just like this. Okay, now I'm going to put my 9/10 there. Check your work. Make sure your work looks like mine. If it doesn't, please go ahead, pause the video, and fix your work to make it look like mine. Okay, I have a placeholder here that I need to put an imaginary 0 as a placeholder. Okay, I'm going to now add 9 plus 0, easy peasy, 9. 8 plus 0, 8. Make sure you have that decimal point here. 3 plus 0 is 3. 6 plus an imaginary 0 here is 6. 638 and 9/10. I will rewrite it so that you can see it a little bit clearly. 638 and 9/10 is your answer for question number 5. Okay, question number 6. Same numbers, except now we're not adding, we are finding the difference. Difference means to, there we go, I can spell. Whew. Okay, difference means to subtract. 600, that is my whole number. I'm going to work with this first to turn it into a decimal. I still have my whole, my decimal. I'm putting a line down the center. Okay, my whole number is 600. Putting a decimal point here. Then I'm going to stack my decimal. Put my decimal point here. This is question, sorry, I didn't go over this, but I'm now doing question number 6. Subtracting. I'm going to now put 38, which is my whole number, in the correct place values here. 8 is in the tens place. 8 is in the ones place. 3 is in the tens place. Whew, Miss Bigley needs to go back to school. Okay, you should have your work shown like this for question number 6. If you don't, please pause it and fix your work. Okay, 9/10 is going to go here. Imaginary. I have a placeholder here that I need to put something there. It's going to be an imaginary 0. Okay. This one's tricky. Stick with me. If you need to pause at any time so that you can keep up with my work, please go ahead and do so. Okay, we're subtracting. Can I subtract 9 from 0? No, it's too big. So I need to go over to the next place value and borrow, but I can't borrow from a 0. I can't borrow from this 0. So I have to go all the way over to my hundreds place, and I have to borrow from the 6. The 6, I'm going to cross it out. If I'm taking 1 away from 6, it's going to become a 5. I'm taking a 10 away, making it a 5, and I'm giving to this 0. If I add 10 plus 0, that's going to give me 10. But look, I need to now give a 10 to this 0. So this is going to become a 9. Again, if you need to pause, slow down, please go ahead and do so. You can always start me back up when you are ready. Okay, so this becomes a 9. That's because I am giving that 10 to this 0. 10 plus 0 is 10. But I need to borrow from this 10 to be able to give to this 0. So this becomes a 9. This becomes a 10. Now I can go ahead and subtract. 10 minus 9. Not sure? Put 9 in your brain, count up to 10. 9, 10, 1. Put your decimal point. 9 minus 8, 1. 9 minus 3. Oh boy, that might be a little hard. Put 3 in your brain, count up to 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. Okay. 5 minus an imaginary 0 is 5. My answer, I'm going to erase this so you can see. 561 and 1/10. If you got both 5 and 6 correct, then I think you can go on to the exit ticket and do very well. Please make sure that you are using, I left space on this blank sheet of paper for you to do questions number 7 and 8 and show your work on your piece of paper at home. Please make sure you show your work. There may be other questions in there where it's not about telling me the right answer, but it's about answering maybe some vocabulary questions, okay? Please try your best. If you need to redo questions number 5 and 6 so that you understand how to get the exit ticket correct, please go ahead and do so. All right. Best of luck. Thanks for sticking with me on this video. Miss you guys. I really miss our small class. Hopefully we can get back to it soon. But otherwise, keep tuning in, and I'll see you when I see you, okay? Bye, guys.